Yep. Yeah, final call. If you have that, like, reset your game if you're using a game saver, I pity you.
Alright, guys and gals, it is G-Generate time, it is Donkey Kong Country time, it is all stages race time.
Oh, yeah.
Time for some hype.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, so going from left to right, we've got in the top left, we have KBZ representing DKC. In the top right, we have Mr. Slick _ in the top right. And on the bottom left, we have Mr. Zeradamant.
All right.
Yosh. And joining us for commentary tonight, we have Mr. Crow Meds. How's it going, Mr. Crow?
Hey, it's going well. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm good, man. I'm ready for some DKC action.
Yo, you know it.
You guys.
Yeah, I'm hyped. I'm hyped. I hope we see like a very tight race.
Yeah, this should be pretty cool.
I mean, I think I know who might win. I'm not gonna spoil it though.
I'm hoping. If I've seen all these players, they're all good. They all know what they're doing. I think it's going to be a pretty good race. We're going to see some awesome tricks, awesome strats, awesome routing. I think it's going to be a blast for anybody who hasn't seen a DKC speed run. That's for sure.
Zero's about to ready up. Fair warning, everyone.
And here we go.
That's good time.
ADY. There we go.
Crow, you'll do the honors to count us down and let us know who wins this Mamma Jamma.
Oh, thank you. All right, in 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, this is going to be great.
Rub-a-dub-dub.
So, welcome to DKC 1, any percent all stages.
Oh,
so,
dude.
About to see some exciting strats here. Mainly, the name of the game is roll. Rolling is faster than walking, running, jumping. So you're going to see these players do a lot of rolling. They're going to be mainly Diddy because Diddy is better than Donkey. Yeah, he's faster. There's a saying throughout the DKC community: if you're Donkey, you're dead. So you're going to see. You're going to see them
for a number of reasons.
Yeah, so they're going to be Diddy whenever they can possibly. At all times, unless it requires DKC for some warp strats and whatnot.
Mainly for sacrifice.
Yeah, mainly for sacrifice.
Get rid of him real quick, dude.
Or to set up a certain trick.
Now, y'all notice here in 1-2 stage, they're going through the bonus. This is one of 2 bonuses that they will go through throughout the whole entire game because it is faster than just going through the stage normally.
Yeah, faster than the warpless route.
That is correct. Now, the most likely place you're going down World 1 is Reptile Rumble, which is 1-3. There's just a lot of places where Diddy has to be careful, or otherwise he will die.
Yeah, dude, it's Diddy's fault when I die.
And that was one of the best 1-3s I've ever had. Not bad.
52 exits. Pretty bad for me.
Alright, so it looks like everybody is making it through okay. That's what I like to see. Now, the hardest stage to do optimally in World 1 is the swimming level. The water level. So, and, yeah, almost every speedrunner does not like it.
Uh-oh. Okay, no problems with On Guard.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, mainly, almost in all the water stages except for one, you want to be on guard. The speedrun community has nicknamed him Eduardo. And Eduardo is the fastest way through these water levels.
Or we call them silly fish.
Yeah, silly fish too. Bug-eye fish, whatever you want to call them. But most refer as Eduardo.
Yeah, I usually hear him called Eduardo.
Eduardo, that's a good one.
Eduardo.
So it looks like everybody's coming out of there okay. Next is Barrel Canyon. Pretty straightforward. We're just gonna bypass most of the
Oh,
level
my
by
goodness.
shooting through these barrels. And you're gonna see a trick here known as an extendo halfway through the stage. That's basically where Diddy rolls through an enemy, and then they let go of the Y button, and then repress it after they roll through the enemy to roll again. And
To quote Mr. Nathan Ty, you roll and then you roll again.
yeah, pretty much.
The science
And-
behind extendos is actually pretty interesting. How
And
specific it is.
the thing is also rolling through an enemy is faster than just rolling not through an enemy. And up to was it 4 enemies
49.
for max speed, I believe.
51.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I believe 4 enemies you can roll through to gain max rolling speed. And anyway, so you'll see him do extendos to like skip huge gaps and whatnot, just like in that last World 1 stage. And you'll see him do it throughout the rest of the game as well. So here we are at 2-1. The last boss fight was pretty easy. You notice in 2-1, this is Winky's walkway, but we're not even going to bother with Winky because he is slow and he's out of the way. So, although everybody likes him, even though he's not used.
In the Japanese version of this game,
Oh!
this level's called that level's called Winky's Cavern or
And-
Winky's Cave, something like that.
So what we have here, in 2-2, we basically have them go through a developer warp barrel to skip most of the level, which is really nice. But oh
Yeah.
man,
Spoilers.
you hate to see that happen. Yeah, I know, right?
Have to do it. You have to do it.
Yeah. So what happened there with Slick there?
Oh my
basi-
goodness, no.
Not again, no. Oh wait, no, he's good. Yeah, so he's trying to roll through the barrel and he didn't, and he managed to jump into the cart. So that's basically a death.
Yeah,
Now-
the reason why you can't take the barrel into the warp barrel is you die. You can't even trigger the warp barrel with the barrel in your hands.
Well, I mean, that part doesn't matter. It's just you don't want to jump in that auto barrel that shoots you into the minecart.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's the biggest issue. You can still grab the barrel and jump to the warp barrel and be fine. Now, Bouncy Bonanza, this is one of the serious run killers. It looks like most of the people passed through it okay. I don't think anybody got B-skip.
I lost Diddy.
very hard.
I didn't get it. That was a pitiful attempt. Didn't even get a half a B skip.
Yeah, B-skip is very tough. It doesn't look like people did spooky jump, which is jumping over a huge gap in B's. Now, you notice here in this temple stage, people are going to do what's called a super jump. They sacrifice Donkey there,
In a specific
then get hit by
way.
Diddy, then jump on an enemy with Donkey, and Donkey goes flying into the air. In this case, they did this glitch perfectly to where when Donkey flies way off the screen, he lands in a developer warp barrel. Because normally you have to get a tire and roll it over a gap to get to it. It's a big pain. And you see at the Nikki
Uh-oh.
stage here, pretty
Ooh.
easy.
That's
Just
different.
basically you just jump on the bird. Also, he's
Avoid the
he's also the him and the other Neki boss are the only RNG elements in this game. So if you're worried about RNG in this game, there's almost none except for those two bosses. Now, interesting, in 3.1, there is a developer warp barrel built in, but you have to be as Donkey to get to it, and it's a timed barrel, so you have to get there in time as Donkey to get in that warp barrel. Now we're about to see the super jump really come into play here over in 3-3. What's going to happen is they're going to sacrifice Donkey. Well, first of all they get rid of D, and then they sacrifice Donkey, and then what's going to happen? D jumps in the air, falls off the ledge, bounces on an enemy, shooting them straight up in the air to fly over the rest of the stage, which is faster than using the rope. Now, when you sacrifice Diddy with that first hit, you notice that if he runs to a cliff after he gets hit, he flies off the screen, and that's what you want, because you're storing that flying off the screen ability, and you're storing it, so when you sacrifice Donkey on the next hit after picking up Diddy again, you're able to use it.
Yeah, once you have that glitch state stored, and then you take damage with Donkey, and once you take damage with Donkey, you must bounce off of an enemy and with Diddy as the rebound is happening.
Yes.
In order for the super jump to come into effect.
So after Force Frenzy, we're here in Temple Tempest. This stage, pure execution. You're going to see Extendos here to try to get over some gaps. We're going to see who's able to get over these gaps. You know, look at that beautiful rope skip right there. So gotta love that stuff. You notice they'll also roll under some of these ropes, particularly the first ones.
Whoa.
And we're gonna see double extendo here, shoot across the level.
Well, oh my goodness, no! Oh, right, okay.
Now, you notice that there's a Naughty there in a kind of wooden circle barrel thing. And you notice that Diddy just rolled through it. Well, turns out, in a rolling state, you can roll through that enemy. You can also roll through the rock creatures that were in World 2.
Whoa,
Those are the only ones you can roll through and not get hurt.
So I'm assuming you're going
And not hurt them at the same time.
Because he's like a stage ahead of me and it's delayed, so I can tell where he is just based on your commentary. It's just kind of fun.
So now we have the map warp going on. Now, the map warp, interestingly, in World 1, you notice that between the stages there are these corners, and on these corners, if you on the exact frame as that corner, if you hit a single button on that frame, you will warp into the next stage after Temple Tempest in World 3. As a matter of fact, it'll be over halfway, and it's faster to do that than to go through the level normally.
For those of you I was going to say, for those of you wondering what a frame is, it's the base measure of time that is used for speedrunnings. You know, you've got hours, you've got minutes, you've got seconds, and then in some games, either 20, 30, or 60 frames make up a second.
We're in a 60 frames per second game. Also, this is Clan C, the easiest of all the water stages. Love it. It's very simple. You notice to pick up a Dwaro right away and go right through it. Love it. We're here at the B-Boss, so you notice that Diddy there.
Man.
Playing this casually, you wouldn't know this, but you can hit that B with Diddy if you are directly under him and throw the barrel. So that's how they got that first hit.
Yeah, hitting the B up above for the first hit, I think that's a 3-frame window to do that.
No, it's got to be bigger than that.
It's bigger than that, I think. But still, it is tricky enough, though. I mean,
good cues, though. So it could be 3 frames.
It feels like 3 frames. 11:49.
I'd buy 3 frames, yeah.
Also, I'm just now noticing the B turns like to this raspberry color once you hit him or her or whatever.
Yeah, it kind of goes into a temporary invincibility state. Now, here we are at 4-1. This level's pretty fun. Basically, it's just pure execution. You notice the extendo there in the barrels. Now, there's a trick coming up called barrel boost, and it's where Diddy grabs a steel barrel, and when he's grabbing this barrel, if he jumps off of a hillside, he gets this giant boost. You notice he uses that to land on the birds and then bounce into the barrels.
Saves about 3 seconds.
Yeah, saves 3 seconds. Still good, though. You notice he does an extendo under the platform. Very risk. It's a risky strat because if you mess up, you die. And a lot of the tricks in this game, they only save a few seconds, but if you die, you lose like 30 to 45 seconds. So it's it's very precise, very non-forgiving if you mess up.
Whoa! Oh, okay, I've never seen that happen.
So we notice here in 4.2, we notice that there is a developer warp barrel that's camouflaged, and if you're Diddy, it's normally meant for donkey only, but if you're at the very top of the rope and you're holding down on the controller and jumping around up there, you'll eventually jump on like a platform up there above the rope, and you can land in the barrel as Diddy. But if not, you can go as Donkey, and then later on in the level, sacrifice Donkey to gain some speed back. Now, here we are, 4.3, Ice Age Valley. We have Espresso here. I call him Espresso because he's fast and goes as fast as coffee, but anyway. This level is pretty easy as long as you do not lose the bird. So, runners strive their best to not lose the bird. I'm not talking about any of the runners here. No, no one in specific that's running right now. Do not lose the bird. Anyway, so yeah, as long as they don't lose the bird, it goes by really fast. Otherwise, if they lose the bird, a lot of times they'll just start the whole level over just so they can get the bird because it's still faster than going through the level normally. Now we're in Croctopus update. At least one of our players is. I believe it's is that KPZ? Yeah. So this is kind of like the halftime show of the DKC1 all stages, any percent. Nothing really exciting here. This is the only water level where you do not get Eduardo.
Because of where he's placed in the level?
Yeah, he's just so out of the way. It's just faster to just swim through the level.
Mm-hmm.
And so the key here is the hardest thing for the players to do here is to just cut corners as close as they can to save any time they can get without quote-unquote bonking, which is referring to hit into a wall.
Well, I'm playing a solo donkey. This is interesting.
No, not solo donkey. Oh, okay. Well, this ain't too bad. I mean, solo donkey and Octopus, it's not too bad.
Decided to hit halfway and the DK.
It's manageable. It's manageable.
He moves the same speed in the water. It's worth noting. He just has a bigger hitbox.
Yeah, he just has a bigger hitbox.
It's the only stage where he's actually really not slower, technically. Or, well, the only type of stage, I should say.
Well, that and maybe Tut.
Maybe. Well, no, because he has a slower.
But you're on a platform, or you're stuck.
If you're doing it on the platform, then yeah. But anyway.
But yes,
keep going with the commentary. We're digress.
So so Croctopus, this stage run optimally. You'll hear
as long as the final boss fight.
Yes, as long as the final boss fight, and if it's run optimally, you will not hear piano music at the end. They often refer to it as pianoless.
Oh, that's what that's called. That's pretty cool.
You can actually turn the music off and get pianoless every time.
Yeah, that's true. You can turn the music off and you'll get pianoless every time. That's always the run joke. Now here we are, Torchlight. This is where the run actually starts getting really hard and very technical. Here you will be seeing them do a back boost and jumping on ledges and jumping off the edges of these oil barrels here. And with Diddy, you can jump on those edges and not get hurt by the flames. But if you're as DK, you will get hit, so you don't want that. And we just witnessed our first death. Oh, feels bad. That's okay. He's going through it again. So it's actually a very, very close race. So
Torchlight.
And you notice here in Torchlight, it's actually pretty dark. The whole reason is because there's this parrot that like holds a light. His name's Squawk, I believe.
Squawks, yeah.
Yeah, I almost forgot his name because I never use him. But yeah, he lights up the path. But the problem is he causes a lot of lag, so he slows down the game. So it's actually faster not to get him and just turn the brightness up on your screen so you can go faster. And yeah, so and you don't want to die in that stage because if you do, then you end up getting Squawk and lag.
Oh yeah, very nice.
Now here we are in RBR, known as Rope Bridge Rumble. Very technical, very fun level. And you notice here they're going to do. See if he gets it. Oh yes, he got the two tire rolls that a lot of people miss.
No, I didn't hit the frame. I just did a really good RBR.
Oh, I said 3 seconds. Scratch.
No frames here, but they did get the two tire rolls at the end. Normally, you had to wait on those two tire platforms to jump over those bees. But if you manipulate the screen right, you can still jump and roll on those tires underneath the bees, saving you 3 to 4 seconds. It's very nice.
1855. I'll take it.
Nice.
So yeah, we're here at Very Naughty, and he's a joke too. He just jumps really high. So here we are. 5-1, known as ODA. We're going to see if they can get what's known as the... Oh, no, not going for it. Oh, interesting. See if somebody goes for it. Okay, it looks like somebody's going for the super jump roll here. No? Nope. Okay. We'll see if anyone else... It looks like 2 of the players have opted.
Am I the only one going for it?
You go for it, man. You're the only one.
Well, I'm like 8 years behind, so like doesn't even matter.
What?
Still, it'd be nice to, for the audience
to see it. Oh yeah, for the fans, dude. For the viewers.
Yeah, do it for the fans. Now, ODA is a very tough stage. A lot of people die on it, especially at the end where there's a whole bunch of fire and gaps you have to go over. We're gonna see them. We're gonna see how they fare here. Okay. Oh no. Yeah, that end has killed a lot of runs too. This is one of the hardest stages in the game, if not the hardest. It's arguable.
I got the jump roll, but that's
okay. Let's see. Are we going to get the SJR?
You can talk about that as well, though. You'll see it.
No, but he did get the jump roll there for a brief second, which is where you basically, as you're falling off the ledge, or if you're on the edge and you hit an enemy, at the same time you hit an enemy, you press the Y button. You'll end up in that rolling state there. In which case, you're invincible to everything but flaming barrels and bees. Now, so over here, Trick Track Track, there's a developer warp barrel at the beginning. And it looks like everybody got that fine. Let's see. I'll see if Slick here can finish out the end very nicely.
Nope.
Oh, feels bad. The extendo dropped.
Yep.
So
it happens.
Here we are in Elevator Antics, very interesting level. So here is where the second bonus will be that the speedrunners will use because it's faster to go through it than go through the level normally.
Oh, are you serious?
And notice here that you'll see them as they roll through enemies and they do extendos. And you notice here they manipulate the camera so they can get the elevators in position where they need them to be. Particularly here at the end, what's known as elevator skip. You'll notice they'll face to the left to get the camera to move left, and then at the last minute jump up. Then they're going to roll off the platform and skip an elevator. Normally you have to wait. If you do it correctly, you do not have to wait.
Yeah, it saves about 2 seconds, 2 to 2.5.
But if you fail it and die, you lose $1 billion. So
exactly,
don't lose $1 billion.
You're funny, Joe.
So completing the NOD. Here we are at Poison Pond. You notice runners immediately picking up Eduardo, going through the stage. You notice there's a predefined route. It's very similar. Both runners are going through. Mainly, if you stay at the top of the stage, you can avoid most of the enemies. So a lot of times you'll see it, Eduardo there hanging off the rocks at the top there, the stage.
Oh no! Oh no! We're gonna have a wonderful.
Oh, looks like one of them did the triple mincer skip. Mincers are those rotating spike wheels there. You notice here at the end there's some fish. If you time your lunges correctly, it shouldn't be an issue. Feels bad losing Eduardo. Oh.
Luckily, there's a foolproof part if you're both Kongs for the end of poison. Just hug the ceiling.
So what we have here with the lead runner is we have a glitch known as the mid-air roll, where you sacrifice DK, and as Diddy jumps up in the air from that, if you reach the highest peak and hit the Y button, you'll continue to roll in midair. Then what he did was he rolled in midair for a little while, and as soon as he got to one of the vultures, he waited till the exact same frame that he hits an enemy, he hits the Y button. This puts him in that rolling state that you see right there, where he's just spinning in the air over and over. This will take him halfway through the stage. He had to jump out of it to avoid those bees, because those are the only things that can kill him in this level. You notice our other runner, he did not go for that frame, because that frame is very dangerous. If you are late on hitting that frame, you will just bounce off the enemy and fall to your death. If you're early,
there's no way to recover from it.
Yes, and if you're early, you can still roll, do the mid-air roll, which is what he's doing right now. Very nice tricks by our players. Now, Blackout Basement. As a casual player, I remember this. It used to be a nightmare, but as you start to learn to speedrun, speedrunners memorize the stage. I mean, that's all it is, pure memorization. And you'll know where all the enemies are. There's nothing RNG about it. The lights flicker on and off at a constant cycle.
62 frame intervals.
Oh, is it 62? I thought it was 60, but I wasn't quite sure.
I thought it was 61. Is it 62?
Oh, no. But anyway, so you see, they pretty much got it memorized. So the only real threats from this level is making sure you hit the extendos that allow you to skip the rope swings. Some people have difficulty skipping the first rope swing, others have difficulty skipping the second rope swing. Then we have Dumb Drum here. This boss is a waste of time, but you have to fight him.
True.
Basically all he is an ad boss. All you do is kill ads. And as Diddy, you can kill the first 3 sets, no problem. Our lead runner here switched over to DK because sometimes those claptrap gators can end up getting you. And what he's doing is as they're spitting out, he's jumping on one and then immediately allowing himself to hit the other one in midair to save time. And the last 2 enemies, you have to be as DK if you want to jump on them. Otherwise, Diddy has to roll through them. So in order to one-shot him, this is one of the few times where it's okay to be DK.
Yeah, he only gets like 5% of showtime.
Yeah, that's correct. Now, here we are, 6-1, also known as Tut, Tanked Up Trouble. We're here on this platform here.
Oh, what?
Now, you notice that, some players will hit the enemies and others won't. And the enemies waste a few frames, but most runners really don't care which way with that. And of course, you have to grab these fuel tanks because if the lights go into the platform falls, you die. He's going to try to do a trick here, the jump roll. This is where the jump roll really shines. He's going to manipulate the camera to basically run off the edge of this moving platform to hit this bird. He does it right. Oh, he got it, the jump roll.
That's
man.
Did he get Tut or Bird Tut?
Yeah, he got the Tut. He got Bird Tut.
Nice.
Very nice.
Now, doing this trick saves 45 seconds, around there. Really nice. Now, what you see him doing, he's wiggling at these naughties here. And the reason is, that's a visual cue because there are some bees later on this stage, and you have to get underneath them. and if you wait a certain amount of time and wiggle enough, you will actually drop some subpixels, just enough to get under those bees.
I will. Oh man, I was too late on the Y press.
Yeah, bird it's a very handy trick. And you notice when people hit the frame rate because they'll just bounce off the bird. And if you're early, you'll just end up rolling through the bird. Now here we have Rambi, and in this stage, Rambi will carry you over halfway through the stage. The problem is you gotta time your jumps. Rambi is a bit sluggish, so you have to press your jump buttons early, and you have to pause every now and then to avoid the mincers. So it's just a matter of getting that timing down.
Well, it sucks that I can't.
And then they're gonna give them the Yoshi treatment. Boom, sacrifice them. So it feels bad. But otherwise, very good mincers. Actually, that's how mincers is supposed to be done, so really it is good. I just feel bad for Rambi. It's the only time you will see Rambi also. So next we have Misty Mines, and here we're going to try to get the SJR. He sacrifices Diddy. He gets the Kong. Oh no, he was way on the frame and just got the super jump. He's going to abandon that because it's much faster to just play the level normally.
He is not going to space.
Nope, the Space Monkey program is not a go. I repeat, not a go.
Oh, come on, dude.
So basically, he's just going to roll through these enemies, and the snakes that are coming out of the barrels, he's typically going to roll underneath them, with a few exceptions. At the very end, it's actually timing your jumps and rolls, so you do it right, you can just like basically land on the enemies as they're coming out of the barrels. So yeah. Meanwhile, looking over at Slick, he is going through Tut the normal way. You can see how much not getting that frame trick costs. It's just crazy.
45 seconds ish.
Yeah, 45 seconds. Yeah, and you're bored out of your mind. Because you have to wait on this platform. So
all right,
really...
you know what? I'll go for it. I'm gonna try going to base.
Going
and
for what?
Here we are.
What are you going for, Zara?
I missed the SJR.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah, do it,
dude. You
Yeah,
have to, because that stage sucks.
So here we are,
Go over.
Loopy Lights.
I did exactly what KBZ did.
Super jump. Space
Yep.
monkey program.
Yes, he got the super jump. So, yeah, so here we are, Loopy Lights. All it is memorization of where stuff is. That's pretty much all. I mean, because, yeah, and just press them Y. I mean, really, that's what this game comes down to. When to press Y, when to let go of Y. And people wonder why. Anyway. Yeah.
You're hilarious, dude.
I know, right? So... But, yeah, and a lot of people get trolled by that claptrap at the very end, so you always want to jump at the very end of Loopy Lights. Here we are, parallel platforms. Very hard to execute optimally if you do not get the jump roll frame trick in here. So he's going to try and get it. You notice there are very tight rolls and jumps on the ledges of platforms here. Will he get it? He was too early on the frame and rolled through the Armo. So you're going to see a barrel platforms that's run pretty optimally. You notice he's basically just rolling on to the next platform, not even waiting. Does an extendo so he can move over without having to wait for the platform to move over.
Wow, dude. Frameless Misty.
Oh man, no SJRs this run.
This is a
Oh,
terrible
golden
run.
barrel for the fans. What? Oh, love it. Oh man, and he ends up basically skipping, doing a back boost. Nice. I love it. It's good stuff. Well, actually, he didn't back boost. He actually just jumped over. He threw the barrel and then jumped over. But still, very good. So here we are at Master Neki, the only other RNG element in the game. You notice here, the nuts come out in cycles of 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. And basically, what it does is wait till the second to last nut to start jumping on the bird.
Okay,
So,
I don't care.
Aerial platform is finishing out. Let's see. Oh no, he jumps off the ledge. Here we are at K Rule. K Rule, the leader. For some reason, the gator who wants bananas. And anyway, has the best soundtrack in the whole game, in my opinion.
We got it, yo. I'll see you at the end of platform.
That's what I like. To
What? That's what I like to hear. Good stuff.
Whew.
Nice. Yeah, if you get that frame trick, it's just so nice because it's really hard to optimally run parallel platforms, so it's always nice to get that. And you notice that usually, traditionally, players are usually bored when they fight the final boss. So you see them do imitation jumps and just duck and dance around. And if they happen to be DK at the time, they'll even do slap slides, where DK slaps the ground as he's moving. Now, standing on the God Pixel. The God Pixel, there are certain cycles where these cannonballs fall, and if you stand in the correct position, you can just stand there and not get hurt. I mean, you're just bored out of your mind. You see Diddy, he's bored, he's scratching his head. But yeah, so it's always fun to get that.
Yeah, I can't PB. That's okay.
Now, here we are at the fake credits. There's probably a bounty out there. I don't think it'll ever happen, but somebody can get credit.
Wow,
Skip, that'd be great. Alright, we're gonna look over here, see what's happening over at Slick's screen.
What's happening is a frameless run, dude. That's what's happening.
Oh, late on the frame, yeah.
And
Ouch.
then losing Diddy at the end of Perils. Okay. Let's see how this goes.
Whoa.
Like, this
Oh
would
my
be
gosh, that Arma.
just
Oh
like-
man.
I'm happy to finish at this point.
Yeah, running as DK at Feral Platforms is not very optimal and pretty tough, so yeah. That is tough. Oh, and GG to who we got finished out here? Was that KBZ? Yeah. That was KBZ.
Oops.
GG, KBZ.
I just slided into a cannonball.
That's what I like
Oh,
to
did
hear.
you slap slide?
Yep. I tried to do swag, but it did not.
Hey, at least you got style points for a second there.
Wow, it's like a 38 or something.
So a lot of people on K-Rool, the only thing you can optimize is this thing called crownless. It's where people try to jump on K-Rool before his crown even touches the ground. His crown has to be off the head in order for you to land on it. So yeah. So you just gotta time that out. A lot of people end up losing their Kong because they're too early on that jump going crownless.
I can't believe KBZ won. That's such a surprise, man.
Gasp.
Yo, agreed.
And KBZ in the community, no surprise, this farmer, I mean, he farms more than the whole entire Midwest of the USA. I mean, he farms like a madman. I mean, just
Archer
No doubt about it.
it.
There we go.
I mean,
GG
when
zero.
people are, yep, GG.
Less than a minute from my PB.
I mean, when people think of farm raised, I mean, it has a whole new meaning. KBZ, farm raised.
So I'm pretty happy about that.
Yeah, it's actually pretty good times from all players. So typically, players want to get in the 37 or less range, but most people strive to get sub 40. Strive for the longest time to get it. At that point, I considered myself a speedrunner. And yeah, so that's kind of how this runs. And usually, typically, now this DKC community, typically late at night, about this time, known as DGen Hour. And if you're interested in racing at all, more than welcome to join these folks. They also have there's a DKC Wikipedia site that teaches you the basics of how to speedrun this game in any and all of its categories. So you're more than welcome to check that out. Community is very open, very helpful, so highly recommended. Now, interestingly enough, if you happen to die to the final boss of K. Rool here, the next time you fight him, there will not be any fake credits. He'll just instantly wake up and go at it again. So, something to keep in mind.
So, I'm very ashamed of that run. I apologize to the viewers for that.
GG Slick.
I mean, hey, even frameless, that's still pretty good. A 38. It had some unfortunate deaths in there, but still, hey, pretty good, man.
Yeah. Hey, just out of curiosity, do we have enough time for any of them to try and get an SJR for the fans?
Absolutely. For you guys, absolutely. My new fam. You guys pretty much adopted me, been helping me get better at DKC, so absolutely.
Let me pop in the game saver real quick.
Awesome.
See if I can whip one of these out right quick.
Yeah, because really the SJR and the JR are like two of the most important tricks. Now, you notice here that Mr. Zareth the Man, he's doing a glitch right there where you control two Kongs with one controller. And basically how you do that is as you have one Kong and you pick up a DK barrel, throw the barrel, and before it touches the ground, start select out of the game, out of the level, then go back in and pick up the DK barrel and throw it. When you do that, you end up getting in this glitch state of having two Kongs. And if you hop on an animal buddy or anything, it starts getting interesting. You'll end up with like two DKs or two Diddies. The sprite gets very confused. It's pretty funny.
I don't even
know. But if
way.
you happen to die in that state, you soft lock the game, so you gotta be careful.
Yeah, so here's the trick everyone should get because it's like basically free.
All right, I won't play then.
So what we're going to see here, we're going to see Slick in ODA here. He's going the others. Let's get that on, which is the SJR Super Jump Roll.
Wow.
Let's see if he gets it. Go in here. So sacrifice the Kong. Boom, gets it. And you notice here he's in a cartwheel and rolling through the air very quickly. If you can, get it and show him going all the way through the stage there. I want the viewers to see how fast you go through this stage.
Oh, I blocked there. I'll get one. Hold on.
Okay. Because this is referred to as super jump roll. You're going off of the ledge. You're holding down the jump button and you're hitting the Y button on the same frame as you hit the enemy. This causes you to combine the trick of the super jump and the jump roll. Thus, it's called the super jump roll. And you notice you rolled through 3 enemies, so he's at almost max speed, rolling speed. And see, he's just flying through the stage there. Saves a billion. And also, not only that, but you avoid one of the hardest stages in the game, but it's also one of the funnest stages in the game. So it's a trade-off there, but still. That's what speedrunners are trying to do. And you notice KBZ is trying to do this exact same thing in Misty. And there are a couple of places you can do this at. The SJR can be performed in Forest Frenzy in 3-3. Can be in Rope Bridge Rumble, which is the last stage in World 4. Then the first one in ODA, in World 5, which is ODA. And then in World 6 is Misty. So, the very top tier runners try to hit all of these frames, and that's how they get into that 32-minute range as far as time and PBs and world record. But if you don't hit frames, it is possible to get a 33. It's just very, very tough.
I was trying to hit 4, but I don't really care enough because it saves like less than a second.
Yeah. Are we going to see a wrong warp? Wrong warp? Yep. So it looks like Mr. Xerath the Man is doing a wrong warp here. What he did was he basically
crashed the game.
He loaded the sprite, got the invisible barrel, and rolls the invisible barrel into the bonus level, causing him to wrong warp. But it crashed. Oh, feels bad. Normally, when you do that, it'll cause you to warp pretty far into the game. Torchlight, I believe, huh?
It depends on how you handle the invis. Oh my goodness, is KBZ doing what I think he's doing?
Let's see what KBZ is doing here.
He's doing old 2013 strats. That's awesome.
What's he doing? I'm trying to see here. And if we look over at Slick Screen, you notice that he got the SJR for Misty there. Saves a billion. Don't have to deal with the enemies. That's what I like to see.
Like, why is it so easy?
Now you guys are showing off.
Not in the stage. Like, why is it so easy out of an actual like run though?
I know, right? You can get it all day during practice, but when you do a run, so it looks like KBZ is, he's trying to do a, what appears to be a, I guess, SJR for that level?
This is, this is a JR? We do before map warp for O-Gang was found.
Oh, he's doing the O-Gang, nice.
No, is that O-Gang jump roll or SJR?
Yeah, O-Gang jump roll, which we don't do anymore. Or should I call it old gang?
Old gang, nice.
Old gang, old school.
See what you did there?
Very funny.
Nice.
I want to see if I could do the 1-2. Like that means no one will know what that even means, but.
And one of the crazier glitches is Bird Croc, but it's a very hard glitch to pull off, and I only know a few people that can do it.
There we go. I got the wrong warp on my end.
Hi guys.
Yo, what's up, Canis?
Hello,
Canis. So these are just some of the fun glitches, and some of them are useful, some of them are just for kicks and fun. So you can learn these too. They're also at the DKC Speedrun Wikipedia site. So just feel free to check those out. Yeah, so that's pretty much all of DKC 1 any percent all stages. All stages any percent, however you want to call it.
Because you're doing the whole game.
Single stage.
Every single stage, exactly.
Yep. Every stage.
Good race, guys.
Every stage, every day. Yeah.
Very good race.
So yeah. So like I said, anybody who's watching, I invite you to come check out the community, come race with us during DGen hour. It starts around this time. Sometimes a little bit earlier, but usually goes for quite a while. Usually they run like, usually on average, I'd say 3 games tops, depending on how everybody feels.
3, yeah, usually.
Usually the second run is usually after the first run. There's a bit of saltiness from people's performance, so they go to the salt mines, which is the second run, and then if they're even more salty, they go to the third race, which is known as the Dead Sea Run. So, more than welcome to attend any of those runs or races. So, well, anyway, that's all I have to commentate.
Thank you for the commentary.
Not a problem. Give these guys a follow. That's KBZ, Man Xerath, and Slick.
Don't follow Slick.
But anyway, give the runners a follow. They work their tails off on this, but they love doing it too. So it's just a thing. It'd be nice to see that as well.